Welcome. Thank you for clicking on this video. Your support through likes is appreciated. If you enjoy, please consider subscribing. The Dallas Cowboys will have a significant dilemma to address during the 2023 offseason, and they may discover a resolution in the form of a Cincinnati Bengals standout. In 2022, Dallas faced a comparable issue with their tight end position, as Dalton Schultz, a veteran TE, was scheduled to become a free agent. To address this, the Cowboys opted to use the franchise tag on Schultz, retaining him for the 2022 season. A year later, experts are advising the team to take a different approach. According to Christopher Knox of Bleacher Report, the current market conditions demand a change, and Hayden Hurst, a star player for the Bengals, would make for a suitable replacement. According to Christopher Knox's article, if the Dallas Cowboys need to replace veteran tight end Dalton Schultz, it will likely be a more cost-effective process. The market is expected to be flooded with starting-caliber tight ends, which will keep prices low. Knox mentions that Cincinnati Bengals tight end Hayden Hurst is an excellent example, as his market value is just $6.8 million per year. This is a reasonable price for a player who, despite being the fourth target in the Bengals offense, caught 52 passes for 414 yards. Hayden Hurst generated significant buzz coming out of South Carolina for the 2018 NFL Draft, ultimately getting selected by the Baltimore Ravens in the first round. However, his career hasn't quite lived up to the hype. Despite playing for 3 different teams, his best season was with the Atlanta Falcons in 2020, where he totaled 571 receiving yards and 6 touchdowns. Although Hurst joined the Cincinnati Bengals in 2021, the change of scenery did not lead to elite production. In the past 2 years, Hurst caught 78 passes for 665 yards and 5 touchdowns in 26 games with the Bengals. His targets are likely spread thin due to the presence of other receiving threats such as Jamar Chase and T. Higgins and running back Joe Mixon. If the Dallas Cowboys sign Hurst, he could take on a more significant role, but it's probable that he will still primarily serve as a blocker while receiving a similar workload. However, if Hurst is available at an affordable price, the Cowboys could find better value at the tight end position. Nonetheless, Dalton Schultz has shown that he can be a high-volume receiver, making him a proven option for the team. Hayden Hurst was highly anticipated coming out of South Carolina for the 2018 NFL Draft, and he was eventually chosen in the first round by the Baltimore Ravens. However, for those who have followed his career, he hasn't quite lived up to his first-round billing. Despite playing for 3 different teams, his most productive season came with the Atlanta Falcons in 2020, where he recorded 571 receiving yards and 6 touchdowns. This led to his opportunity with the Cincinnati Bengals, but he was not able to replicate that level of production with another change of scenery. Over the last 2 years, Hurst has caught 78 passes for 665 yards and 5 touchdowns in 26 games with the Bengals. He is currently sharing the field with other talented receivers, such as Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, as well as running back Joe Mixon. If Hurst were to join the Dallas Cowboys, he could potentially have a bigger role. However, it is likely that he would still primarily serve as a blocker while receiving a similar workload. If he is available at a reasonable price, the Cowboys could obtain better value at the tight end position, although it is important to note that Dalton Schultz has already demonstrated his ability to be a high-volume receiver, whereas Hurst has not. Determining how the Dallas Cowboys will address their needs this offseason largely hinges on the use of the franchise tag. Although running back Tony Pollard appears to be a top contender, the Cowboys may choose to apply the tag to Dalton Schultz or another player whose contract is expiring. Stephen Jones, the CEO of the Cowboys, spoke to ESPN's Todd Archer and revealed that the team will probably use the franchise tag again. However, Jones did not disclose which player the tag could be applied to in 2023. According to Todd Archer's post, Stephen Jones did not reveal the Dallas Cowboys' future plans for Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard. However, Jones stated that the team is not afraid of using the franchise tag and will likely apply it again this year. Archer suggested that Pollard is a strong candidate for the tag, which would cost $10.1 million. If the Dallas Cowboys decide to use the franchise tag on Tony Pollard, it would further complicate the already unclear future of Dalton Schultz. Given the team's limited cap space, it seems unlikely that they would be able to afford to pay Schultz anything close to his market value, which Christopher Knox estimates at around $15 million per season. Thank you for watching.